Hello, my name is Mary Bear Shannon. I am a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library, and today is your Reading with Reference. The book I'm going to talk about today is A Square Meal, A Culinary History of the Great Depression by Jane Ziegelman and Andrew Coe. They are culinary writers and a culinary historian, and this book won the James Beard Foundation Book Award. You can get this on Overdrive and Libby as an ebook, and you can also get it as an ebook and an audiobook from Hoopla. The Great Depression, a decade-long downturn in the American economy, forever changed us politically and socially. It also changed how we ate. With a quarter of Americans out of work due to the collapse of the economy, both rural and urban Americans found themselves hungry and undernourished. This challenged our long-held assumptions about the limitlessness of our food in America. The dramatic nature of the American Depression and the reality of so many Americans experiencing hunger also permanently changed how we viewed help for the hungry during challenging times. As Americans struggled to feed their families, a new leader, Franklin Roosevelt, in 1933, began the process of reversing our biases towards government-sponsored food charity. For the first time in American history, the federal government assumed responsibility, at least for a little while, for feeding its citizens. Experts called home economists advocated to bring science into the kitchen and to impose a vision of a utilitarian cuisine on the American dinner table. FDR created the Bureau of Home Economics, and that led to sweeping campaign to instill dietary recommendations, really the forerunners of today's dietary guidelines for Americans. The Great Depression also saw a rise in food conglomerates who introduced packaged and processed foods that gave rise to new American cuisine based on speed and convenience, creating a homogenized national cuisine. In response, there was a pushback as a revival of regional cooking took hold as well. And that battle between local traditions and culinary science has followed throughout the decades and continues today. A Square Meal examines, in a historical context, our relationship with food and hunger in America. I particularly like social history, and this looked into a chapter of American life from a very different perspective. So much of what we learn about the Great Depression is from a policy and political perspective. And this book gives the reader a view into the nitty-gritty realities of what an economic downturn does to real people, not just what political leaders and governments do. As I thought about this book, The Great Depression and Hunger, I could not help thinking about the parallels with today's crisis. As of last week, over 22 million Americans filed unemployment claims. With so many people out of work, over 90% of food banks in the U.S. are reporting a sharp increase in requests for food, with many people asking for assistance for the very first time. At the same time, food banks are seeing a decrease in the donations and face challenges on how to get food to the hungry in a safe way that minimizes contact. It was through the high levels of hunger in America during the Depression and the response from FDR with government programs, those things changed how we feel about helping the hungry. That change in thinking from that dramatic chapter in American life has reverberations even today. There are many organizations who are helping to feed hungry Americans at this time. There are some food pantries right here in Havertown who are still accepting food and support to feed people in our community. Those three are Temple Lutheran Church, Hope United Methodist Church, and St. James United Church of Christ. Please find these organizations on the web or on Facebook to find out how you can help. So that's our reading with reference today. If you have any questions about technology or any reference questions, make sure that you give the reference desk a call. We also have a new chat feature that you can also access from our website. We are here to help, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.